welcome back to another lovely episode on this channel. I hope you are having an absolutely fabulous week so far, and if not, hopefully, you'll take a few minutes out of your day to watch my channel and perk up a little bit, maybe. I don't know. I hope it helps. Anyways, if you are new here, hello, welcome to our lovely family, and consider hitting that subscribe button for me so you can be here for every single video, or every single thing that we do, no matter what it is, between the crafting and the vlogs and me rambling in front of a camera like I'm doing now. But anyways, as you can tell by the title of this video, we're going to be talking about paganism and Wicca and witchcraft and all that, because if anybody is familiar with my channel, and if you're new here, then this is going to be new information for you. But if you are, familiar with my channel, I am a pagan, and what I'm going to break this down a little bit more so you can kind of understand where I'm coming from, and that way you can kind of get a bit more of an understanding. And there's a lot of questions regarding paganism and Wicca and all that, and there's so much information out there that it just boggles the mind. So I wanted to throw my 2 cents in, because I do have to deal with a lot of questions and a lot of negativity and a whole bunch of other stuff out in the world, especially where I live in South Carolina. We're kind of in the Bible Belt there, so there's a lot of negative and misunderstanding. So I'm gonna try and keep the video short and get my point across, and give you some information that if you are new to the pagan scene or the Wiccan scene, the little family here, then you'll be able to understand a little bit better. And if you don't know that much about it, then hopefully this might help. But anyways, pagan is an umbrella term. At least I think it's an umbrella term. But it's pretty much pagan. We're gonna have a little umbrella here. We're gonna hold it. But has anything to do with Celtic religions. So umbrella term for the paganism and pagan, where Wicca falls in that, witchcraft falls in that, Celtic religions falls in that, Norse religion falls in that, Egyptian religions falls in that. All of that kind of falls under that umbrella term. Now, pagan is the word used to describe people that hold religious beliefs that do not pertain or do not follow the main religion, like Christianity, Buddhism, Hinduism, Judaism. There's a lot of isms. But it doesn't follow the main set of religions. We still follow polytheism. Polytheism? Polytheism. I think that's how you say that. But where you worship many gods instead of just the one central deity. Where in Wicca, for me anyways, I'm an elemental Wicca. So I follow the 5 elements. And in Chinese culture, it goes back, I think, to 429, or I can't remember how you do that timeline. It's between 700 BC and 4 something BC, roundabout in there, where they have their 5 central element religious too. And I think some of them still have it too, where it's a metal, wood, fire, earth, and I'm forgetting something. But anyways, they have their same nature-based kind of religion there, along with their Hindus and Buddhism. But where was I going with this? Anyways, back on track. So we get back to Wicca, that falls under this branch of paganism. And for me, Wicca is very freeing, because I have my 5 elements, and I primarily follow one specific one. For me, it's water. That's what I've been drawn to. That's what I was born under. And for it, I don't know, it works. There's a lot of, it's a very spiritual religion. So it's whatever you're drawn to, whatever's hey, remember this thing you saw? Let's go do that. Let's go do that. So it's basically how it is in my mind. And then, for me, I flip-flop between pagan, for what I've termed myself anyways. I flip-flop between pagan, Wiccan, and a witch. I flip-flop between the terms. That's why another reason I kind of wanted to make a video to explain that they are different, but they're the same kind of thing, white wheat bread. They're different, but they're the same kind of thing. But, and I just compared religion to bread. Never thought I'd do that. But, so, you've got Wicca, and you've got witchcraft. So, and they're the same, but they're different. So Wicca is more spiritual, more praying, more meditation, more natural kind of worship, whereas in witchcraft it's more like magic, you know. We're not so much like Harry Potter magic, but like you do spells, you do spellcrafts, you have like, and like even for us we do like rituals and things, but it's more for praying and honoring them for trying to accomplish a goal with that, where you actually want to put your intentions into something, mix all these herbs and crystals together, and this is your spell and this is what you're trying to do. It's different than that, whereas this we're more, hey, can you give me a little bit of guidance here? Is what it is. Even when I think I have a few Wiccan videos up, like craft videos up, even then I don't specifically, the stuff that I do is more for praying and more for, hey, can you just give me like a little bit of knocking my head in the right direction, please, because I'm a little lost, kind of thing. So that's what, it's the basic of what it is. Now there's a whole big old long thing about the differences between witchcraft and Wicca, but just know that they are two separate things. Now you can intertwine both of them. You can intertwine Wicca, you can intertwine. You can intertwine Wicca and witchcraft. So I know some Wiccans that they do spellcrafts, they do spell work, and that's fine. That's what they want to do, and that's what they're drawn to. And me, I do dabble a little bit in kind of like divination stuff, because I have a pendulum board and I have tarot cards. I'm not the best at it because it's not primarily what I focus on. I do other things within my religious views, but I still have the stuff, and I like to dabble with it a little bit. My sister, she's a lot better at it. My friend who's like my sister, when she was doing like tarot cards and stuff with me, she's a lot better at it than me. She can do tarot cards like ain't nobody's business, but it's kind of freaky a little bit there. But and then I know some other people where they use crystal balls and they have all their crystals and stuff, and they're drawn to that, and they've said that the stuff works for them. So I'm like, okay, well, I've never really messed with it. So because again, it's not something I'm drawn to. I'm drawn to nature, I'm drawn to oceans, I'm drawn to water, so, and healing and stuff. So that's primarily what I go with. I'm more focused on like herbalism and, you know, healing and teas and meditation and stuff like that than I do the other things. So that's basically, you know, basically what it is. So when you're just getting started in Wicca, and don't get me wrong, I'm not hating on all the information that's out there. I'm not hating on any of that. It's just, I feel like it's more of a good starting place. You know, kind of like, okay, well, here's your introductory class to what it is. Now, still have that air of skepticism, because some of that, again, every branch of Wicca, every family within a Wiccan community is different. We all practice different things. Like, my family practice is different from another family that we know. And there's, I mean, it's a whole big thing. Every, like, coven is different. And every group, everything is different. Because they all have what they're drawn to in their own set of beliefs. So you can take all the information that you have out there, and then you build upon that. You just kind of want to sit and figure out that, okay, well, what am I drawn to? Am I drawn to this deity? Am I drawn to this crystal? Am I drawn to this type of worship? You've got to kind of figure out what you are drawn to. That's like, we have the matriarchal, I cannot speak in this video. We have our female deities, there we go, because apparently I cannot speak. But you got to figure out which one you were drawn to. Like, even some within the pagan community, I know, are drawn to Mary Magdalene. And that's fine, that's what they're drawn to. So that's what they base their worship around. Me, I'm drawn to more Egyptian stuff, so I have a bunch of Isis and Osiris and, you know, all those kind of deities within my worship. Plus, I do have some Welsh deities as well. So it just kind of depends on what really what you want to do, and you have to do your research, you have to do your background, you have to, I have so many religious textbooks, I have so many like stories of old religions, I have so much material that I have put in to building upon what my family has taught me, because we're generational, so each generation teaches the next, and we've traced our, like, we have our family in our big big book that we have our family history in it, so we can pretty much trace it back to what we've been following. Now it has changed depending on who's in the family, who's not in the family, and all that, because there's a lot of Native Americans, because my great-grandmother was full-blooded Cherokee Indian. So of course there's a lot of that, and my grandmother personally that was her thing, the old great spirit, that was her. And I still have some of her stuff, and I kind of nod to that whenever I do some of my worship as well. So you just kind of have to find your niche, pretty much. And a lot of people too, whenever they just start in Wicca and witchcraft and any other pagan religion, they're like, oh, well, I can only use this particular candle, I can only do it on this particular night, I can only do this particular thing. And it's not how it is. That's the one thing that whenever I talk to new Wiccans and people that are just curious about it and stuff, they're like, well, don't you have to do it this, and this? I'm like, no, you don't. It's not as strict as some other religions. It's not that strict. It's freeing. It's self-expression. I mean, yes, there are certain things, like in certain teas and stuff, that you better watch out what you put in it, otherwise you might accidentally poison yourself. But as far as like your worship and stuff, it's what you are drawn to. Like for me, I am drawn to quartz crystals, amethyst, and rose quartz. Those are my go-to stones. And anytime that I don't have a specific one that somebody says I need for a ritual or something, or like even in the books that I have, which I'm not gonna show you my actual book that I use. I have another one that I am working on for like everyday kind of use and stuff. And if you want me to give you a video about my book of shadows, or like how to start your own and stuff, then leave me a comment down below, and I will be more than happy to talk you through about what you need to do for that, or how you want to get started. But let's see here, where was I going with this? Oh, those are the crystals that I am drawn to. So pretty much in everything I do, I have some form of clear quartz or amethyst or rose quartz in it, because for me it has a link there. So you have to be able to form that spiritual link is what you want. And you know, if you put your intentions into this and you're just like, okay, well, this is just gonna give it a little power boost, is basically what I use my crystals for. And I don't use them often. I think I have them in a few things, but you just kind of want it gives you a central point, literally, to focus your intention on and to focus your thoughts on. I'm using my hands a lot here, but and that's what you need to find. Like some people are really drawn to, what is it, tiger stone and moonstone, not tiger stone, but anyways, and all those other kinds. And like some people use actual gems like sapphires and stuff and diamonds. No, those people I want to know where they're getting their supply from. But the way I can, you know, be like, hey, I need a ring here. But that's what you got to find. You have to find your particular thing that you are drawn to. And for certain things too, I do use like an aquamarine kind of stone or a turquoise stone, because it's blue, you know, water. So I use that to kind of emphasize my point home. But for the most part, those three stones that I listed before are the ones that I particularly use. Same thing with herbs. If I don't have a specific herb that somebody says I need for this, well, that's fine. I have other stuff that I believe, or for me, has the same kind of thing. Just like what is it, yarrow is one herb that I use quite often, and it has a variety of different things that it can do. And I mean, it's pretty much my go-to herb, other than like sage and what is it? There's another one, sage and obviously sea salt. I use sea salt quite often, but natural sea salt too. Have to use natural sea salt, not the dyed salt like table salt and stuff. Can't use that, but because it's not that natural. You don't want anything really man-made. But those are the stuff that I kind of gravitate toward. And again, you have to find your way. Like, go ahead and have all the knowledge out there. That's fine. You can read all the books, you can do all that, and then you just kind of build upon that for what, okay, well, this piece of spell work or this piece of literature works for me. This one doesn't, but do I have to do the whole thing? No, you don't. You just figure out what You just kind of figure out what you are. And the one way you can do that is through awakening. Now, for everybody that's different. I did mine at 16 with my family. And I know some people, they do it much older, because you have to feel ready to go through that transition. You have to feel ready that it's a coming of age, and that's where you really find and you really understand what you want to do and how to pretty much drive your path. Now, you can still continue down the same path as you get older, like I have. I'm still on the same path, but it's had minute changes, you know, as my knowledge of stuff has grown, and as I've kind of played with mixing a whole bunch of crap together and figuring out, hey, this doesn't work. Hey, okay, now this works. If I change it a little bit here, you kind of have to figure out what you want to do, and that can be kind of confusing and kind of scary for people. So that's why I figured videos like this, it might help you a little bit. And like I said, if you want me to make more about trying to figure out your specific path, then I can give you what I went through with that, not specifically what you're going to go through, because everybody is different. Everybody's transition is different. Everybody's path is different. So I can give you like the basic knowledge pretty much, but that's about it. So, and it's the same thing with like the books. They give you the basic knowledge, but you still have to build upon that and find your own thing and have fun with it. That's the one thing that people lose track of in Wicca and paganism, is they don't have fun with it. They're supposed to be fun, freeing religions, and they get so caught up in having to do things specific ways, and that's not how it is. It's really not. It's freeing. It's a very fun religion. I have fun with it. I love my religion. So hopefully, and I'm trying not to make this video ungodly long, so hopefully this will help you a little bit to kind of understand a bit more of the differences between paganism, Wicca, and witchcraft. I know I kept it a little fast and short, but there's a lot to cover, and if you want me to break down each individual part in like separate videos, then I can, but you know, that's on you guys. So just let me know down in the comments, and if you like these kind of videos, give me a big thumbs up, because then I can make more, so that way I know what you do and do not like. But anyways, I hope this kind of helps answer some questions. It might have still seemed confusing, and I'm sorry. I tried to keep it as to the point as possible, but I know I did ramble on a little bit. But anyways, I hope y'all will stick around and join us for our fabulous family and maybe learn a little bit more knowledge. And other than that, I will see y'all in the next video. Thank you so much, guys. Bye!